Hi, this is Behind the Curtain IMO. Welcome. I'm Betsy Jordan. You may remember when I said women are being targeted. We have the most misogynistic regime in the world, Iran, funding terrorist organizations, teaming up with Russia and China and wanting badly to have strongholds in the Middle East. If they win in this effort, we can kiss our women leaders goodbye. And with the overturn of Roe v. Wade and people excusing themselves from accountability of their choice by saying that this should not be handled by the courts or should not be handled using states' rights, they're all copping out. They're thinking, well, you know, if I stay out of this fight or whatever, if I take a side step, I can still vote my pocketbook and claim to be supportive of women in my life. We're not letting you get away with it. We know that's not the truth. Look, we had to have an amendment before we could vote. So fighting for our rights in this country means at the federal level and means handled by the courts. Because why? So many court cases were being brought up for the courts. People were dying. They are now because it's been thrown back to states' rights. Women are dying unnecessarily. Doctors are being penalized unnecessarily. And no, they can't go across states' rights willy-nilly. Across state lines willy-nilly. They can't. In Texas, you have to get a court injunction to be treated in another state. That says to me they're trying to trap their women. And I don't like that. Neither should you. But I'm going to talk specifically about North Carolina. And in their governor's race, there's a man running, calls himself a man of God. I don't see how he can say that about himself, but he does. That makes him very dangerous. Makes him very dangerous because of the things he's saying. They don't sound like God stuff to me. They don't sound like Jesus stuff to me. This is what he does. Number one, hate speech. He says from the pulpit, and somehow that makes it more dangerous, women get pregnant because they can't keep their pants up and their skirts down. I know you've heard me say this before, that he's said this, but honestly, we need good men to step up and tell this man that he's insulting his own mother. A man like this should not ever be in a position of power. He believes women should not be in leadership positions and that they get what is coming to them. Dehumanizing us is a very slippery slope, and women have worked way too hard to lose our opportunities. I owe it to the women before me, and I owe it to my daughter to fight as hard as I can to make sure they don't lose these things that have been so hard fought and so hard won. Number two, he doesn't show up for work. Anyone who excuses the leader of the Senate from showing up for work because he is too busy never knew what job they elected him to do. There are plenty of predecessors busier than he has ever been. And now he wants to be promoted to governor? He doesn't show up. Number three, he denies the Holocaust. He preached this from the pulpit as well. He's coming off as traitor to his own culture and a traitor to my religion in this regard, because this cloaks the notion of a superior race, a Nazi-inspired undercurrent. We have him on non-AI, non-retouch footage saying what he believes, as stated above. It is simple. And for many reasons other than that, we can't have Mark Robinson in the State House. It's one thing to preach, and frankly, it's a free country. Yet it's another thing to govern a state as well and diverse as North Carolina is. Our state is full of people who worship and work and play. And if they elect not to worship or work or play, that is also a choice. Let's keep it that way. Vote for the very qualified, very competent leader, Josh Stein. That's in North Carolina. If you have people who are saying the same thing, and particularly in our Black communities, that they are not believing in the Holocaust, that they're Holocaust deniers, you need to understand that they just do not know what they're saying, and take the time to educate them. Do your own research. The Holocaust happened, by the way, horrifically, horribly. This is Behind the Curtain. IMO. Thank you for being here.